Oh man, so we are live, good folks. Turn it off. We are live, good folks. We are live. We about to check out this Talk with Fleet episode where J. Cole and Cameron finally sit down and talk together. You feel me, man? Make sure as y'all join the live, hit that like button, all that good shit. I was supposed to get on live at 4:30, but I was finishing up an edit, man. I'm sick as hell, dog. That's why I haven't been putting out that much content, but I'm trying to push through it because there's just so much shit going on, man. I was finishing my Jay-Z edit talking about the Jay-Z situation and J. Cole and Joey Badass response to that. That video just finished uploading to YouTube on the back channel, so we can go ahead and see what's going on with that. But we about to see what's going on with Talk with Flea. Let me make sure I share. Make sure you hit the like button, share all that good shit, everything good. People outside, so my damn dog crying. He locked up, but he just, y'all gotta ignore that for right now. Big ass crybaby. Got a Kanye Corso. Big crybabies, dog. Big fucking crybabies. But we gonna throw this thing out though. So this thing about to drop, man. We gonna see what this shit hitting on. Let me know where y'all from. Talk your shit in the chat. You know we do talk back. But we're gonna go in and just vibe, bro. I do not feel good, man. There's a lot of content I want to do, but I don't feel fucking good, man. We gonna throw this thing. Man. Alright, mute this over here. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure I hit the like button and the like button. Alright, so we almost going. It's been a long time coming, dog. This whole hip-hop shit, as far as the conversation going on right now, it's crazy with so many different things. Like JG came and shook shit up with his opinion. This shit crazy, but alright, you about to get live. Let's go. Ramaya, what's good? Get right.
Yeah, my girl can't be a stylist neither. When she's fixing somebody's collar, I don't know what may happen next time she... What's up, man?
I'm just saying, like, a lawsuit, bro? Lawyers?
You know, it wasn't like that.
I'm just saying, bro, you got niggas like...
Come here, give me a hug, man.
All right, man. That's what I was waiting on, man. Thank you, man.
Hell nah. Gaza, what's good? Silent Storm, what's happening? You about a big vibe, you feel me? Just good vibes today. You put it to the right spot.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Talk with Flea. Now, look, I got a real special guest today. An introduction is... I would have to have a scroll, an old school scroll for an introduction of my guest today. And I know a lot of people thought that this interview probably wouldn't happen, or we wouldn't be speaking, or we wouldn't even be in the same room.
I thought the same thing.
But today, I have a good friend of mine who stopped by to talk with Flea. My man, J. Cole. What's good, bro?
Ooh, what's up, bro?
Yo,
how you feeling, man?
Thank you so much for coming, man. Thank you so much for coming. So let's just get the elephant out the room. So, right, because your fans is on me. they on my ass.
Your fans probably on me.
They on my ass, right? So a couple months ago, I put a lawsuit out. I never talked about it, never said anything about it. And the reason I did it is because I just felt like, damn, when he called me to do something, he kept kind of brushing me off when I asked for a favor. And then I kind of scrolled down and looked at when the first time I asked you to do something, the shit said 2022. And I was like, hold up, man. So yeah, it gave me a time to do something, time to do something. And then we actually talked, and I appreciate our conversation because you're like, yo, if you feel a way, just say something. But this is my process, Cam, that when I write a rhyme, I'm trying to have the best rhyme I'm doing. When I do an interview, it's because I have something to promote.
Right.
So I was just basically going off what you told me.
Right.
And I'm like, this is kind of a long time from what you told me.
Fact.
So let me ask you this. When you first seen the lawsuit, because I never talked about it.
Right.
What was your emotion when you see it?
I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like hurt, almost disappointed, like because I got so much respect for you, you know what I mean? And I look at you like I know you are as a stand-up person, you know what I mean? And so in my mind, I was like, nah, Cam, not you, because even when you said like I was brushing you off, it's like, you got to clarify for them what was happening was Cam did two things for me, and he did them bitches quick. when I wanted you on the 95 South intro.
Yes.
What you need? Boom, boom, I got you. I fuck with you.
Right.
I don't even fuck with a lot of niggas. I fuck with you, boom, boom, man, I appreciate that shit.
Right.
Then when in the studio when we did I'm Ready, we remade I'm Ready. I'm like,
Right.
yo, we gotta get Cam on this. This shit'll be legendary.
Right.
When I hit you for that, nigga came through damn near immediately. Like we just happened to be in New York same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Verse in 15 minutes. You did not tell a lie when you said that. Nigga knocked the verse out.
Right.
I just went to the bathroom damn near. You know what I mean?
Right.
I walked in the other studio, hollered at niggas. My engineer came in like, yo.
There.
You said what?
Corday was there.
Corday was he was there that day?
Yeah, he was there that day.
Was.
Yeah,
That's right.
Shout out to Corday too.
Yes, shout out to Corday. So so you did that shit quick as fuck. So mind you, as soon as you do the verse, in my mind I'm like, I say, Cam, yo, let me get your lawyer info. Let me get your manager info.
Real quick to tap in, when I did my verse so quick, it's like, you know, because I've been in the game a little longer than you, but it seemed like you was verifying, like you listened to it. Not saying you fuck with it, but you was like, nah, I ain't do this quick. It's almost like you study my shit. That's why I'm saying I understand where you come from being a lyricist. I remember you sitting there like, nah, this shit is all right.
You know why? Because I'm listening. When I go back and I listen,
right,
and it's almost a weird place for me because it's like, yo, you Cam.
Right.
So but I still when I'm listening.
It's your project though.
There you go. So I'm listening almost afraid, like.
You don't want to tell me.
I don't want to have to tell Cam like, yo, Cam, you really approach. If I'm listening like that, it's really
I would
because
respect that.
Then I'm hearing, I'm like, nah, this nigga went crazy. Like that's you smoked it.
No,
so you know when you was leaving, you so cool, nigga smoking a black and mild on the couch. You know what I mean? Nigga knock his verse out, and then when you leaving, I say, yo, Cam, like let me get your lawyer info. You know what I mean, or whoever, so I can get you paid. I'm on that early, mind you. We did this song a long time ago.
Right.
You like, nah, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, nah, Cam, not like.
Right.
Please, like, you know what I mean? You like,
absolutely.
Nah, trust me,
This is
don't
true.
worry about it. So, in my
So
mind,
this is true. Okay.
my not for you, but in general, my spidey senses will normally go up.
Right.
Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't want nobody thinking I owe them a favor. But
Yeah,
I'm like,
he got you.
Like one,
God is
I do Cam a favor anyways. I pay him and still do whatever the favor is. You know what I mean? So it's like, this shit would never get weird in my mind.
Right.
I'm like, cool, he insists, I ain't going, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to trip. Years go by. The song, remember I told you the song was probably gonna come out in like a few months or something. But my process is like, clearly it took me 10 years on this album. So my process is so much that it's like that song didn't drop till 2 years later, a year and a half, whatever it was. So the song dropped, boom, boom. I give you very short notice that the song is gonna drop. You know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, you still cool with us putting this out? You're like, cool, no problem, boom, boom, boom. So when it's time to do the paperwork, now I've learned my lesson. You also taught me a good lesson, and I do appreciate that. Because industry standard is like, if somebody do a verse for you, or they produce for you, how we move, we so last minute, and in the game, it's like standard to be like, we'll work it out after.
Right.
Because everybody moves like understanding industry standard. Like, okay, he might ask for 20% when normally it's 15, no problem. But he ain't gonna come and ask for 70%. Like, so we'll handle it after, boom, boom. So the lawyer came back on our side, I don't know, a month later after they trying to figure the paperwork out. After Might Delete Later drop. They're like, yo, did you tell Cam you'll do a swap for an interview, boom, boom? I was like, no. I told him I'd do an interview, and I will. I still got a plan to do an interview for him. Right. But I ain't say it was a swap. Like, it wasn't a swap. It wasn't a verse for an interview. Like, I'm gonna go do Cam, but it's not based on the verse, right?
Got you.
So they come back with some crazy number, like, all right, he want 300,000, some number where I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, shit is going on. And then right after that was the Kendrick and Drake shit. So much shit has happened in my life. That's not necessarily a priority for me.
Right.
Meanwhile, you hitting me around that same time, like, yo, bro, is it, you know, like, what you think about doing an interview? I'm like, Cam, I would love to do an interview. You know I fuck with your platform.
Right.
I would love to do an interview with you. Let me get this album out.
Right.
Now, here's where I fucked up. And if I go back, I'll start doing shit differently.
Right.
Like, I was telling you when I thought I'd be done with the album.
Right.
So I'd be like, you know, if at this time it's April or May, I'd be like, you'd be like, cool, just let me know I'm starting this thing, this new, you hadn't even started this yet.
Right.
I damn near maybe it was gonna be your first guest or some shit.
And that's exactly what it was gonna be. There
you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. So what I was telling you was, man, I think I had this shit done by September. And I mind you, when I'm saying that, I'm confident in it too, damn near. I'm like, yeah, I should be done by September. I've done this before. Right. But I ain't know that I had to get, I had to get my head right. I had to get my energy right. And it took me a lot of elements, made it so that by the time September crept up, I had you on my mind the whole summer. Right. I'm like, fuck, I told Cam September I'll probably be done. I'm knowing And this nigga, yo, you don't play about your business, and I really respect it.
I appreciate it.
September 1st at motherfucking 9 a.m.
Damn.
This nigga Cam was on my line like, hey, what's up, bro? Like that's why it's like I see how you built such a successful business.
I appreciate that.
Every time I gave you a date,
Right.
I don't know if you got a assistant, a schedule, if that shit is up here.
Right.
Every time I gave you a date, you was on me on that date. Right. So the first time you hit me September, and I'm like, fuck, I got to tell Cam it's not September.
Right.
Cam, it's not September, boom, boom. Like,
Right.
I'm not there yet, boom, boom. I think it'll be realistically March or whatever I say, right? I give you another date.
Right.
Everything's cool. You cool about it. You're not tripping at all. You like, cool, just let me know, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
You double back around March or whenever the next thing is.
Whenever you told me to hit you back, I was
every time you double back, but the next time you double back, I also wasn't ready.
Right.
And mind you, the whole time, you don't know this, but I was telling you the other day, it's like, every time I had you on my mind, like, fuck. Like, I'm behind schedule.
Right.
But somewhere in my thoughts, I'm thinking about you. Because I'm like, yo, I told Cam I'd be done by such and such.
Just real
Boom,
quick,
boom, boom.
right? Me being on your mind is pause. yeah. And let's just, because you said it like 3 times, I'm gonna let it slide. But, I won't be on your mind that much, man. So I just want to get that out the way real quick. But go ahead, my bad. I didn't interrupt the story. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. So we in March.
Now we in March, or wherever we at. Whatever the date is, now you follow up again.
It's right. The whole
Now
story.
I got to hit you with the news again, right?
Right.
and I think this time is when you hit me. I could feel. No, this time when you hit me, I damn near didn't even want to text you because I'm like, I can't text him the same thing I text him. Let me call him.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is when I called you. Right. I don't know if you remember this, but I called you. I'm like, yo, let me just call him. And when I called you and we got on the phone and I hit you now verbally with the same thing I hit you with on text, I felt the Harlem come out damn near. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Where you was like, yo, I understand what you're saying, but like, let me tell you how I'm feeling. Like when you asked me to do something, I showed right up and I did it and I knocked it out. Now when I'm asking you to do something, it's like, you gotta, now it's all of this time and boom, boom. It's like, yo, I'm not understanding, which I felt your energy. I had to go, whoa, Cam. Like, I feel like, you know, I'm sensing your energy and I'm realizing like, we don't even really know each other like that.
Yeah.
I respect you. I got a lot of love
Likewise,
for you.
yep,
And I'm assuming you respect me, got a lot of love, but we don't really know each other. So I feel like you may think that I'm trying to give you the runaround or play with you or boom, boom, boom. And it's not like that. Nigga, if you only knew how many people that you know are I've maybe done the same thing to, and it's not, and that's when I explained to you like, yo, I don't move like that. Like I'm not just jumping out to do an interview for nothing. It's like, yo, I want to talk about the music and anything else that comes around the music, cool. But it's like I don't have nothing, especially at that time. If I jump on an interview, what do niggas want to hear about at that time? It's like, man.
And just pause real quick. This is the reason why Cam has had issues with Jay-Z or any other authority figure or people that seem like they may be above him. Cam is not playing second fiddle to nobody. He is the priority in his life. So he's not caring about maneuvering around your life in that sense. He was giving him grace, but then he'll top a big dog him damn self. So that's what it eventually became.
And no, my mind is on trying to finish this shit I've been working on for so long. I explained that to you. You said, cool. You know, the conversation was great. You know what I mean? We had a real conversation. And then I gave you another date.
Right.
And this last date I gave you was probably like June of last year or whenever it was.
Right.
And I remember because we started mixing the album for real a little around the time after I talked to you. We started mixing in tape. Right. We never mixed in tape before. We mixed in tape because, you know, we was listening to a lot of Mobb Deep along the way.
I was about to say you took it back to reels.
Yes, we took it to reels and tape and like mixing on the board. And we mixed on the board before, but we ain't never hit tape.
Right.
And Q-Tip was in the studio one time with me, and I had to ask him like, yo, bro, like, what was y'all doing on Mobb Deep?
Yeah.
What was y'all doing? And he was just telling me, yeah, we was hitting tape. We fucked around with tape in the past, but never like this. When he said that, shout out to Q-Tip, because he changed our whole perspective.
Right.
Then I realized, now we gotta learn, but then we have to learn how to use tape.
Right.
And I'm realizing this shit is hard, and I ain't even having, now I gotta get another tape machine because I ain't realized one wasn't enough.
Right.
So now me and my engineer and my team, we trying to learn something new on the fly. So what would have normally took 2-3 months for us to mix on Pro Tools is now taking us dumb long. Like, so by the time June comes and you hit me.
First 2 albums are on tape, right?
There you go. So you know niggas carrying the whole reels to the thing.
Exactly.
You probably gotta wait mad long for them to pull up the mix.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is. Every time people don't not understand it, but you understand, which is like when you mix, if I mix on Pro Tools right now, if I got a Cam song that I did and it's mixed on Pro Tools, I could pull that shit up in 0.3 seconds. The whole mix, everything. Yeah. It might take 10 seconds because it's some plugins and shit.
Right.
When you got tape, every time we switch a song, you gotta fucking send every track to the board. The board gotta go to, or some shit, the board gotta go to tape. All of these tracks on the tape, you gotta send it back to the board. You gotta get the board dialed in by hand, exactly how you had it last time, just to make a change.
Right.
So now by the time you hitting me in June on this last time,
right.
now this is where I understand and I get it.
Right.
You hit me again. And you like, hey, bro, like, you know, what's good? I'm checking back in June 1st, like you told me or whatever, like what's good? Right. And now I got to hit you with the heartbreaking text for me. Because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to tell this nigga. And what I tried to do on this last text with you was to say, like, Cam, let's not do it like this no more. Right. Let me just tell you, this album is coming out, but let me just hit you. You the first person I'm coming to see. Everybody on my team been knew that.
Right.
So let me just hit you as soon as I'm done for real. Right. And then you the first person I'm coming to see. No. Your text back was like, yo, respectfully, like you've been telling me for a long time you was gonna do this. So like, if you can't make it happen in the next 2-3 weeks, like, yo, let's not even worry about it. And I was like, yo, I definitely can't do the next 2-3 weeks. And you was like, cool. So then this the other last part. I know it's a long story.
No, take your time. I'm glad you're so in depth.
Yes.
Like I said, listen, J. Cole fan. I'm one of the J. Cole fans. Cam, you're lying. Cole, don't do this.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. It's nothing. But this is just his process. So I'm glad you're being this detailed about it.
For sure.
For me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah.
So now, and mind you, even when you sent me that text, this the crazy part. Even when you sent me that text, like, yo, don't even worry about it. In my mind, I know, oh, Cam fed up with me. But Cam don't know my plan is to still, you didn't know this, but Eve knew and everybody on my team knew, like, Cam, like, he kind of done with me, but he don't know as soon as my album drop, I'm still coming to see him first. Because I told him I'd come to his show. You know what I mean? Like, so that was still my plan.
Right.
So the last wild thing that happened to me, to answer your original question, which was how did I feel?
Right.
About a month before I'm not even gonna say this, around like August, September or whatever the date was in the fall, I got a random text from you. And it was like some like DocuSign thing that you was telling somebody like, yo, I think you sent the wrong one or something like that. I'm thinking somebody hacked your phone.
I remember.
I'm thinking somebody, because you know people be playing on phones and trying to hack.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, bro, you good? I hit you damn near back in at least 10, 15 minutes, like, yo, you good? And then you was like, oh, no, my fault, wrong text, like wrong person. I'm like, all right, hope you good. And then you hit me like, yo, everything good. So in my mind, I'm like, you know, we still good, and I still got plans in my mind to hit you. So then a month later or 3 weeks later, when the lawsuit come out, I'm like, come on, Cam. And only because it was like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, you really could have hit me. Like, although it was taking a long time, I don't give a fuck if you would have called me and been like, yo, nigga, what the like crazy. You could have screamed on me, we could have argued, boom, boom. I would have preferred that than the other way, because I was just like, damn, Cam, it never got to that point where you couldn't like holler at me or whatever. So my first thing was disappointment. But then I was like, and my first thought was like, fuck it then. Like this nigga ain't even know I was still gonna come to his show. Right. Like, my first gut reaction, like, damn, and it's like misinformation, you know what I mean? Like within the lawsuit itself, and you know, the internet running with it. People hit me like, yo, what's going on with the Cam shit? Boom, boom. So like my ego reaction is like, man, all right. Quietly, I'm like, man, fuck this nigga, boom, boom.
Right.
But quickly,
Cam finessed that nigga with not giving him the lawyer paperwork initially. He finessed him to get that favor. For sure.
I'm like, but nah, like, I get it though. Let me put myself in his shoes. Like, yo, the nigga feel like he was getting a runaround. Right. You know what I mean? He don't know you for real. He don't know your heart for real. Right. He think you trying to play. And Cam mind is probably like, I seen this movie before. Right. You don't fuck with me. You don't want to do the favor. You trying to drag me out until I don't want to do it no more. Right. All right, nigga, bet. And I got one in the chamber. Right. I never signed that paperwork for that fucking, for that verse. So here you go, boom, just to like hit me in the rib. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, cool. Like, and even when I took that and understood that and accepted that, I still said in my mind, I was like, yo, I'ma still go see Cam.
And I remember the whole conversation about the swap. Like, the swap never made sense. Like, you want to make sense of it in your mind because that's what the lawsuit said, but the swap never made sense between these two people at this state of their career. Like, what? Cam benefits way more than J. Cole would benefit. So a swap, but hearing the context makes a lot of sense now.
What you called and said. You said, regardless if you still want to sue me or anything else, I'm still, and which of course, it was never going to go nowhere, but for me, it was more like, I need to get this nigga attention because I'm not going to call on bark on you. We got a cool relationship. We never been there. It ain't like we've been to the club together. We don't know each other to scream and yell at each other, no shit like that. So I just took it more of like, to me, when I looked at it and I looked at the time, like, and you did a great job explaining.
Yep.
I just looked at the years because it was turning into years. And I'm like, yo, and you made a great point too. You didn't look at it as a swap. And we come from two different, I'm a little before you. So the way I used to look at it, or not niggas in my generation, and be like, yo, I did this for you. I need you to do this for me.
Right.
That's how I looked at it, even though you're explaining that's how you never looked at it because you offered to pay me. I'm not charging you. I tell niggas no all the time. I don't like niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like a lot of people, especially rappers. I don't even like, you're great lyricists. Like I said,
thank you, bro.
Like not just for your generation, period. So I'm like, let me get a verse. Cam and take me to, matter of fact, fuck the verse, let me get the interview, yo. Pardon me. And then that's when all that shit came out at the same time. So more of the story is I get it, and thank you for being here, bro. And
thank you for having me.
That shit was never gonna go nowhere for the lawsuit anyway. It's just like, I need to get this nigga attention. Because I did feel like I did a couple things for you like that. Because I respect your craft and what you do.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So
and I appreciate you.
I'm glad we here, man.
Me too, man.
I'm glad we here, bro. And like I said, that shit wasn't never about now. It's more like, yo, bro, I did this shit for the nigga. But at the end of the day, your process, like you explained to me, is your process. Let's get on to some better shit. How did you get your first deal? What's the process of that?
Okay. Heard the story a million times.
Man, this was the days when having a deal mattered, right? Like this was still I'm the last one of that generation. Me, Kendrick, Drake, we the last ones from the generation where a deal mattered. Your generation, a deal matters.
Absolutely.
You get a nice nigga like Cam or a nice nigga like Mace, you get them a deal in a situation.
That absolutely matters.
They have a shot.
Right.
Nowadays, it's like, bro, if you just do the right online campaign, you can blow without the labels. But I'm the last generation of that. So I moved to New York. I went to St. John's to be around the music industry. I'm from Fayetteville. Ain't no music industry there. Two dudes, as a group, they my mentors. They call Bomb Shelter. Like they like a almost. They was so fucking good. Imagine the best group from Harlem, but they never made it. You know what I mean? Like that. They that in Fayetteville.
Got you.
And I peeped like, oh, they didn't make it, not because they wasn't good enough, but because they wasn't around shit. Back then you had to be around. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to school in New York to be around it. So. After some years of being there, I'm like, damn, I got to get my foot in the door. And I got to shout out my man. His name is Mike Rooney. He's Corey Rooney's nephew. But he not like a nepotism nephew. He damn near his uncle. He ain't get it off the strength of his uncle. You know what I mean? If anything, his uncle might have made it harder for him, you know, from what I understand. And he had to get it on his own. And he heard I had a song called School Days. And he heard this shit on my MySpace. It's a long story. But
that
like,
shit right there.
But he ended up connecting me with Kirk Lightburn, a dude that's like really tight with Mark Pitts. So Mark Pitts, it heard.
Shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark Pitts, Gucci the Don. It's like, he heard Lights Please, the song I got called Lights Please, and he saw the vision. And he brought me in. And eventually he ended up taking it to Jay. You know what I mean? And Jay like heard it. Mind you, this is a year after I waited outside. Was it Baseline or Rock the Mic for Jay trying to pass him a beat CD. You know what I mean? And he ain't take the shit. He like kind of dubbed me. And it taught me a lesson like, nigga, you ain't gonna get it like that. Yeah, that's not how you want to get it. And a year later, via Mark Pitts, you know what I mean? Mark had the vision to take me to Jay, and Jay heard it, saw the vision, and signed me.
Is there anybody before Jay that you seen that celebrity-wise the man shut you down, or your mom was just strictly get the Roc Nation or Jay-Z or whatever?
You know what? Roc Nation didn't exist at that time, but me standing outside for Jay, it wasn't me trying to get a deal. I make beats too, so it's like, in my mind, I'm like, damn, I seen Kanye like got in with the producing shit first. Maybe that's an end for me. And the news had dropped that Jay was working on American Gangster. You know what I mean? But the article was saying he wasn't necessarily done. Like, so in my mind, I'm like, I'm ambitious. You know what I mean? I believe in myself. So I'm like, shit, I was at work. I'm like, yo, as soon as I got home, I made 2 beats, threw a hook on one, put 7 other beats on the CD. I put the American Gangster cover on it. Like I slid that shit in the CD book. over my volume 3. I had a volume 3 or volume 2. So I took the cover out, put his American Gangster cover in, black and white little printed version, and stood outside trying to get him a beat CD with a hook on it, thinking if he go, in my mind, he was gonna go upstairs, put the CD in, hear it, go get that young kid from outside, you know what I mean? So I thought that, I wasn't thinking about signing to Jay-Z. I was just thinking like, oh, maybe I can get my beats off, you know what I mean, and get on like that. I only thought about signing a Def Jam or to a label. I never thought about a Jay-Z or something like that, but it worked out for me.
But that's what I'm saying. Was it only, nobody ever said, fuck out of here? Did you see anybody else celebrity-wise that you may have tried to get on to, but that was just your focus?
Nah. I will say, nobody ever shitted on me or dubbed me.
Right.
But I do know that at one point in time, 50, I think shot.
See, I be knowing what the fuck I be talking about. Y'all heard I said 50 Cent earlier, but 50 Cent was one of the first people that was like, hey, pull it to the mansion type shit.
Shot Money and shout to G-Unit Hove from Queens.
Right.
They was trying to put, I think, 50 onto my shit. You know what I mean? This was around the time, right before, when I was knowing Mark, before Jay had heard my shit, and I think they played my shit for 50. And what I was told his response was like, mind you, I had like I had this song called Lost Ones, I had Lights Please, I had Simba, I had hard shit too.
Simba?
Like where you could tell I could really rap.
You heard Simba?
And I think 50 reaction from what I heard was, I can't sign this nigga, his jeans too tight.
He's going off the image, right?
Right. I mean, I get it too, because I mean, guess what? That shit wouldn't have made no sense, me going to G-Unit. You know what I mean? But shout to Shot Money, you know what I mean, and Hove, who seen the vision.
That's hilarious.
How was that? How was your experience working with Hove or getting to Roc Nation, being like the first artist over there? What was that like for you?
Honestly, bro, I think by that time, I missed the heyday that you got to experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? Y'all damn near missed it.
Yeah, we caught the tail end of it.
Tail end. Y'all caught when that nigga was probably on his way out. Like, man, y'all niggas have it. Like, I missed the era when it was actually like a real squad and like a real label based off of like a rap energy. So when I caught it, it was straight. I think I caught it on straight CEO mode, where it's just like, all right, look, I'm gonna sign this artist. I'm gonna spend X amount of money on him.
Right.
I'm gonna give him some time in my office and have a couple pep talks with him. But like, nigga, you gotta go. It's sink or swim. Right. You know what I mean? Like for the most part, I don't think he had the care, and I understand it at this point, to necessarily be like, you know, having his arm around me or coaching me up, which I appreciate, because you know I prefer the way I got it, which was like on my own for the most part. Other than, of course, just the affiliation with him alone, life changing. Let alone the investment from his company. You know what I mean? Like so. But other than that, trying to navigate the waters of how to blow and when to release or how to do it and bumping my head, that shit was like on me and on Eve and like on us.
Is that part of the reason that you said maybe I don't need to be here after a while and take your own thing to Interscope? Why did you leave Roc Nation and go to Interscope?
Now, first I went to Interscope with them.
Okay.
Because they had a deal with Columbia.
Right.
And then they deal with Sony was up. So they took me to the Universal on my last, on my last couple albums.
Right.
Then we converted it with Roc Nation from a record deal to like a distribution deal with them.
Okay. You
know what I mean? And when that ran out, it's like, yo, we worked something else out. I think they got what they needed up out of me. I got what I needed up out of them. And it's like, it's you know.
Right. So when you get in the game, you come from Fayetteville, you're in New York. Now you're in the game and you're getting this people.
And shit, just to go ahead and stamp that point, his last album with Roc Nation did 280 first week. And the first album by himself did 280 first week. Didn't need him no more. Straight up.
Loving you from the beginning. Is it what you expected when you first got in, knowing that people from your town didn't make it? You're getting this success because people gravitated to you really quickly. And it seems like you're more, once you, like now to me, just how I look at it, and I could be totally wrong, like I'm gonna pop out when I wanna pop out and get my music out, and then I'm gonna go live my life with my family. Because there's plenty of times I call you and you'll be like, yo, I'm in Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I do. So it's like the music industry at this time, I'm talking about when you first get in, are you excited at what you expected, or you just wanted to do what you had to do and move on?
Nah, I feel like, I think I always had a long-term plan when I was young, to get it and then go back home.
Right.
But I ain't gonna lie, like, nah, I didn't have expectations. That shit was a slow grind.
Right.
Like, you look at somebody like Drake, it's like the rise was meteoric.
Okay.
Like 50.
Okay.
Where it's like 50 had a mixtape run, but once it popped, it was like, oh
Gotcha.
shit, my shit never did this.
Gotcha.
My shit was always this,
Right.
which I feel grateful for because it's like, yo, God blessed me with the opportunity to adjust as it grew.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I remember going to Miami because first of all, I come from a squad of friends that like we like party hard niggas. Like,
right.
You know, I spent my first parties was the skating rink, and I made sure I was religiously there from 7 years old, Friday night, Saturday night. Mom, I'm going to the skating rink. I used to walk up there. That was my first job. It was my hangout spot when I was 11, 12.
Right.
And then that turned into the teen clubs as a teenager. Then that turned into the college parties when I went to college. And then once we was out of college and broke, we still trying to find a way to get into the club free before 11 or boom, boom, boom. So, I say all that to say, we used to go to Miami. Even just as college kids, like spring break, you know what I mean? You know how that go. And I remember the first time we went to Miami, and it was like, I think maybe the warm-up had just dropped or was about to drop, or maybe the news had just dropped about, you know, I signed to Roc Nation or whatever. And I remember like 2 people noticed me or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, we look at, Eve looking at each other like, oh shit. Like, like somebody randomly come up to you like, yo, you J. Cole? It was like, oh shit. And then the next year, it was like, okay, maybe the warm-up was out, you know what I mean? And like I had a little bit more motion. And maybe it was like now 500 people recognize you. And then that next year it was like, oh, I couldn't even go out there no more. Like,
got you.
You know what I mean? So but I had a good time to like adjust. And I ain't had no expectations, but I did enjoy the process of it, you know what I mean? And I wasn't thinking like, man, let me hurry up and get this shit over with. If anything, I was enjoying that shit a little too much. You know what I mean? Like it might have threw off some of my discipline.
Got you. So people know you play basketball as well. Like you're about to go play basketball when China, you told me? Yeah, like
on some random
you told me,
shit,
call me, I'm playing professional ball in Africa. Like Canada, I spoke to Drake one time, like, yo, I went to see J. Cole, he's playing ball in fucking Canada.
Right. Yeah.
You're playing professional basketball around the world.
Yeah.
So for me, right, I was either basketball or rap. I didn't really have no other plan. I didn't have a plan C, plan D. Is that what you focused on growing up? Like, I want to be a basketball player or I want to rap, or did you have other goals?
Yeah, those were both of my goals for the most part. But I ain't gonna lie, like nigga, I was, and still to this day, like I'm not going to play professional in Africa because I'm some nice nigga. Like I can hang on the court, I can shoot, you know what I mean? I can defend, but I'm not and never have been that nigga on the court at any time on any level. Like when I see, you know, they got that famous clip of you in high school. Like, nah, you was getting to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I was trying.
You was one of them ones. It's like that was never me with basketball. Although I had a love and a passion for basketball, I always feel like, yo, I left a lot on the table because I ain't have direction. I ain't had nobody around to be like, nigga, you ain't even good.
Yeah.
You're a supporting player on your high school team. You're not even that nigga. Like, I had nobody to say that. So, but I always kept that love and that dream.
Right.
Even though I'm not good enough, I still had the dream. And what that dream did is it allowed me to get better over time.
Okay.
So who I was at 17 as a player, I was way better at 18.
Right.
Then I was way better at 20. And I was way better at 22. I actually kept getting better as a player.
Right.
And so the basketball shit is like me just trying to scratch a last itch, you know what I mean? Like, yo, let me see if I could do this. Could I train and be able to like go play professional? Because these teams and these leagues are looking at it like, you know what? He not ass.
Right.
He could come be on the court and he can give our league some
publicity.
Some publicity. So the China thing you talking about is like it's a team in Nanjing that from last year was offering me to come and play. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I'm looking at the clock, like, boy, I'm getting older. Like this might be my last shot. So I'm gonna keep my word to them and show up and play a couple games. Although I know, you know, I'm not in the best of shape because the album, but I'm gonna go out there and have fun with it.
Well, I wouldn't. Niggas offer me a couple $2 to come play. I don't know about China. I'm going to Canada. I'm gonna go to Canada if I had a chance.
Why China though? Because it's so far.
I don't like going a lot of places if English ain't the main language. I don't even care if I have a like if I go do a show or we on tour, cool, but like you're going to spend time to play ball over there, like live a regular life. Not saying you can live a regular life, but just at the end of the day, nah, I've been to China. I remember I did a show in China, Shanghai. Shout out to Shanghai to the fans. And the crowd was going crazy. It was a Reebok event. And the cops made everybody sit down. and was like, watch the show sitting down.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
How are they going to enjoy the show?
Right.
And then told me to start over.
Oh,
I said, yo, what's going on out here? Yeah. But then we went to a hip hop club and it was cool. I guess because it was a big event, they turned it into something. But I like America, man. I really do. I like North America.
Right, I feel you.
You still driving the Honda?
Yeah, nah, like in my regular life.
No, I'm saying you kept it around
it's parked at the crib.
Okay.
It's always been parked
it's sentimental to you.
Oh, it's very
What's the sentimental value to it?
That's the car that I used to get back and forth from college in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
like that's the one. So if I had a 3-day weekend,
Right.
like, you know, college, we off on Monday.
Right.
That Friday after class, I'm driving back home.
Got you.
So like I-95, like I done hit that route so much.
Right.
Back and forth, I know to this day, I know exits.
Right.
Like I know when I'm in Maryland, I know if I get off on this exit without even looking at the signs, I know it's a gas station right over there. It's a Chick-fil-A, boom, boom, and it's always in this car. Parties,
Right.
in this car. Me riding around with Ebe in New York,
Right.
playing a song I just made in my room or at the studio with Mike Rooney in this car.
Right.
When So Far Gone dropped, this nigga Ebe was trying to put me on.
Right.
I was damn near avoiding it. like
everything happened in the car.
I remember I pulled over. I had to go piss. Right. I pulled over on the street in New York. Just found me a little corner to go piss.
Yeah.
I came back. He had So Far Gone in.
Right.
It's like he had to force me to listen to that shit.
Right.
And I'm listening like, oh my fucking God, in that car. You know what I mean?
Right.
Drives from New York to Miami
Right.
in that car. The first time we ever sold a physical CD of my own
Right.
was in that car, North Carolina A&T. So yeah, I'm sentimental with my possessions. Damn.
It makes a lot of sense. It was a rumor. Did you ever scuffle with Puff before, or is that just all rumor?
No, that actually happened. I had a.
Explain that.
Nah, you know what?
Let's go.
I damn near wish I could because it's such an ill story.
Right.
You know what I mean? But matter of fact, we did a podcast, me and Ebe,
okay,
like a year and a half ago, where we kind of ran through like the first part of my career up until Forest Hills Drive.
Right.
And we had a bonus episode that was the whole episode was just about that night.
Okay.
What?
And that altercation, right?
Right.
And we was gonna put it out because at that time, you know what I mean? Like me and Puff, like we hadn't had no problem for years. Even after that, like it was cleaned up quick and we was in a good spot.
Right.
But you know, Puff was on the song that I had on off season and like, so we was gonna put it out thinking like, yo, it's cool. Like enough time has passed, he ain't gonna feel no way, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then all the shit happened with him.
Right.
And I was just like, nah, it felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down. Like, you know what I mean? Like it would have gave the news and the world more ammo.
I got what you're saying.
Just destroy this dude.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time to put it out.
It wasn't a good time. So similarly, right now it's like I want to tell it because it's ill, but I'm like, nah.
But it did happen.
Oh no, it happened. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. You mentioned a couple names earlier.
Good ass nigga.
Oh, but let me say this.
Absolutely.
Good ass
It did
nigga,
happen,
bro.
but the stories be wrong.
Okay.
The narratives around it be
right.
wrong.
Right.
Okay.
The remixes is crazy.
The remixes is crazy, like how shit be happening.
Right.
But the remixes is crazy.
Right. Because, people will say it happened, didn't happen. I tell niggas all that, like, when it come to history, not just rap, I'm like, by the time we leave, if somebody get punched in the face in this room, by the time you get to Valet, it's 7 different stories on how they got punched in the face.
Facts.
He got punched in the face, his tooth fell out. Now his nose came off.
Facts.
Like, the remixes of stories that just be crazy. So no story that's out there has been right, what you're saying. So just so people know.
Even Punch from TDE, shout out to Punch, that's my man. But he gave a rendition where I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, you got a lot of it right, but you wasn't really right there.
Right.
So even what you saying, you either missing details or misrepresented some details. I know the story, and he was right there, but I know the full front to back. I'm sitting in the driver's seat, and that's a memorable night for me. So it's like I'm recalling that shit verbatim. But
So
even somebody that was there that's giving it, it's like, nah, that's not the full.
Damn. We just don't know what the fuck happened.
We was talking about how at the beginning of the show,
Thabo, what's good,
I want
homie?
to do the interview one of these times.
Hey, man, talk y'all shit in that chat. Let me know where you from. Drop your area codes and all that good shit, man. Hit the like button.
And then this Kendrick thing comes up.
Okay.
So we was talking about how at the beginning of the show, when I wanted to do the interview one of these times, and then this Kendrick thing comes up. So we have to put things on the back burner, which is fine. When you heard Kendrick make that song with Metro Boomin, and I remember years ago when y'all was first, I don't want to say first coming out, when y'all niggas was kind of established, and he did a freestyle years ago, and it was kind of like he kind of was taking shots at everybody, not just you, period. And I remember you was like,
912.
I don't know how to sit with this. This was not this battle, this problem that happened. I'm talking about maybe 6, 7 years ago. And he was like, I'm supposed to take this. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to make it seem like it was competitive. When this latest...
It wasn't shots, too, when you really listen to that song. It was
Okay.
the control song you're talking about. It's like, you listen, it's not a shot. You know what I mean? But the world at that time, it felt, damn, it felt like, the energy of it felt like a shot. You know what I mean? But like when you really bust it down, like, oh, nah, it's nothing disrespectful in there. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying. There was something before. Now you was gonna ask me how did I feel when the
spring late.
I'm about to ask you. Yeah, no, elaborate. I want you to be elaborate because I want to make sure I got it right. And if I don't got it right, check me to make sure Cam, it didn't happen like that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So when the Metro Boomin track just came out, or not just now, been a couple years now. When you first heard it, how did you feel about it?
All right, 2 reactions. One, I got probably about an hour or 2 before somebody hit me and said it. The way they worded it was like, yo, Kendrick, boom, boom, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thrown off right there. Automatically. I'm like, wait, what? And then mentally I go to like, wait, I know we good. I just spoke, boom, boom. Like, now I'm trying to think like, damn, did I do this? I'm not even hearing the song. I don't know what the fuck he gonna say. You know what I mean? Like. So I'm like, damn, did something happen? Did I do something? Did I say something? Boom, boom. Like, I'm confused almost. Like, not knowing what the song's gonna be, only knowing what somebody, you know how this shit go. You send your shit to Spotify or something, and then somebody at Spotify listen to the shit early, then they send a message to somebody. Somehow somebody knew, and it got out, and then it made its way to me.
Gotcha.
So an hour or 2 before, mind you, I go to sleep. I sleep by motherfucking 10 o'clock most nights, 9:30 damn near. So now I'm like, oh shit, let me stay up and hear what this is. You know what I mean? So I listen to it, and I have 2 first reactions. My first reaction is, that shit is hard. You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard ass verse, undeniable. The beat crazy, the song is ill, and I'm like, he went crazy. That's my first reaction. Because I don't know what I'm listening for, you know what I mean? I'm like, that shit's tough. My second reaction is, not now, nigga. My second reaction is like, it's, no, nigga, this is inconvenient. For me. Can I explain to you why?
Absolutely.
This is gonna be long-winded, but let me explain to you why.
Take your time. This is why we're here.
Right at that time, I had just got off tour with Drake. I had went on tour with Drake. We did that.
Okay.
And I had Might Delete Later in the Chamber, which was the project that you on as a mixtape. And then I had The Fall Off finished. I probably had to tweak a couple mixes, boom, 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 but I had this album finished, The Fall Off, right? So, but my Not Now, it was based off of that, but let me tell you something else. At that time, I had been working on The Fall Off, which was done. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And by the way, that somebody leaked it. I know who leaked it and who said it. You know what I mean? But it's cool. He put it out there. It's like, yo, he was on 2 joints. You know what I mean? On the album. You know what I mean? Like, and on my mind, I'm like,
meaning Kendrick.
Yes. Got 2 joints. So I'm just trying to paint the full picture of my mind state.
Take your time.
So in my mind, I'm like, oh, nigga, I've been working so long on this. You a big part of it, which I'm grateful for, because it's like, nigga, that was a part of my vision for it. Like having both of these dudes as a part of this. As on my way out, I wanted to like celebrate, like, damn, I'm really grateful to have done it at the same time as these niggas. Because I genuinely felt like, yo, like this is it for me. You know what I mean? At least at this level. I ain't working 8 years on the album no more. But there's something I'm leaving out, which is when that shit happened, ultimately it became that whole situation. From me going on stage, apologizing, boom, boom, it ended up being, that whole situation ended up being the absolute biggest blessing for me. And this is why. If you would have heard me talk about The Fall Off at that time for like months before, me and Eve like this, like creatively, like this is my man, and like, if you would have heard me talk about the album at that time, it would have sounded something like this. Man, let's put this shit the fuck out, bro. Let's get this shit out, nigga. Let's hurry the fuck up and put this shit the fuck out and be done with this shit. Like, we was over it because we was so exhausted from working on it. You know what I mean? Like, while I was working on this album, I dropped For Your Eyes Only, KOD, the off season, and had Might Delete Later in the Chamber. I was tired and burnt the fuck out. And I used to like pray basically like, God, show me when it's time for me to really be done with this shit. So I can know. And so for 3 months straight, probably from like December, January, February, every time I sat down to write, I couldn't write shit. Like nothing was, I couldn't get
Writer's
past
block.
writer's block. I couldn't get past a
yeah.
line or two.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn. I was taking this as, I guess God is showing me, yo, you really done. I thought he was showing me I was done in the form of like, yo, I'm tapped out. I ain't got shit to say. Right? So on top of that, how I would speak about the album and my energy was negative. It would be like, bro, like, let's get this. How I felt about this shit, which was hard as fuck, but how I felt about it was almost, it was negative. You know what I mean? It was like, man, let's put this shit the fuck out. I'm done. I'm exhausted. Clearly, I'm tapped out. I can't write shit, all right? But I got enough in the chamber where I know this is how I'm going out. And like, if I never write another rhyme or put out another album, it's cool because I did this.
Right.
So that's the energy that that's the energy I'm sitting in when this verse happens from him.
Got you.
So my thought goes, first of all, this verse is crazy. It's hard.
Right.
BTC
it's
Blizzy
also
was
like,
at, homie.
Damn, nigga, this shit is inconvenient. Like, it's terrible timing.
Gotcha.
And on top of that, my next thought, and this is what led me to everything that came after that, which I'm grateful for. You know what I mean? I can't even say they're mistakes. Because it's like, I really believe that, like, oh, that's how it had to happen for me. Like, God knew that, like, I would do this and boom, boom. But basically, my next thought was like, all right, fuck. What you gonna do? Because my phone is blowing up immediately. Nah, nigga. Like, please press the button. Yeah. like that's the energy from niggas that love me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yo, press the button, boom, boom. In reality, do I actually feel any sort of, when I listen to that verse that day, do I feel any sort of like, damn, nigga, what you say?
Right.
Why you say there wasn't no disrespect in there? And at least for me, you know what I mean? That I didn't listen to that and be like, damn, nigga said what?
Right.
Nigga said I was XYZ. You know what I mean? It was, my feeling was like, fuck. Because now I know this shit that you've been working on for 8 years, plus this other shit that you did as a setup.
Yep.
Niggas ain't gonna never let you put that out until you address this, until you say something here. So my mind becomes, it's silly.
Hey, BTC Blizzy, say why I can't just snake your boy like that, man? That's actually what happened, but the narrative is that Kendrick got snaked or Cole got, my bad, Drake got snaked, but Cole got snaked. He got snaked, but Kendrick willing to go to the top by any means necessary, and it is what it is. I fuck with Kendrick heavy. I fuck with all them heavy. To be honest. I don't know these niggas personally, so I just love the music. But Kendrick he seen that nigga was vulnerable. Don't like Drake. Said, fuck it, I'm taking all their heads off.
To think of now, but it's where I was at the time.
Gotcha.
Probably because I was in a negative place when it came to this music shit. But my thought was like, what's the world gonna say? They not gonna let you come drop this shit you've been working on for 10 years without addressing that. Nah, nigga, we don't want to hear none of that shit. You ain't said shit to Buddy. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to hear none of that. So my mind then gets into, then the word fear comes.
Right.
The fear is, although nothing's in my heart, there's no malice in my heart, there's no even desire to like, oh, this nigga gave me a chance to come demolish him. What the fuck does that mean to me? I love this nigga. Like, what does that even look like? There was no urge or desire to take it to that level, but there was a fear of like, damn, if I don't do something, I'll never be able to put this album out that I've been working on for 8 years. You know what I mean? Right. So that led me to, all right, what I'm gonna do? Start jotting some shit. All this shit mean, like, I'm not even writing anything good. I'm still not writing nothing good.
Right.
And then one night I was in Bahamas, me and T-Minus, a studio out there. I'm just like, yo, fuck it. That's why it's called 7-minute drill. Me and him do these things called 7-minute drills. When I got writer's block or something, I do my whole goal is like, yo, write a rhyme in 7 minutes.
Okay.
Don't give a fuck if it's good or not.
Good or not. Okay.
And I have him, the producer, just to get the room going and the energy going, I'll be able to make a beat in 7 minutes. You can't overthink it. You can't just make the beat in 7 minutes. Nigga, you ain't got time to be figuring out your sounds. Just practice.
Yeah.
So he started the beat.
I like that. That's good practice.
It's how I kept myself all these years.
Right.
Sharp. Just giving myself little drills to go through to stay sharp. So on one of them nights, he started cooking up. And then, all right, you did your 7 minutes, let me do my 7 minutes.
Right.
And the whole point of the 7 minutes is like, yo, you can't overthink it, just let it come, boom, boom. And that's when I start writing the song that became like 7-minute drill, which in my mind, as I'm writing it, what I had already kind of subscribed to myself is like, all right, this is what I do.
Right.
Like this my nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm worried about what the world gonna say, which is embarrassing to say out loud, but it's true. You know what I mean? Like at that time, because I'm fearful that this thing that I worked on for so long will go unappreciated if I don't.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, this is what I do.
Right.
Let me say just enough
Right.
to where it looked like I did some, you know, like it looked like I said something. Everything I'm saying to him, I know and he know it's all survivable. You know what I mean? It's nothing I'm hitting him, not hitting no fatal blows, but it'll be just enough to be like, all right, nigga.
You said something.
Now you gonna come back. I know this is my man. He gonna come back. He gonna say something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Probably give me a line or two or give me a whatever.
Right.
And I'm gonna be like, you got that, cool. Now let's get to this album and really fuck him up. You know what I mean? In my mind, right? Like, but mind you, it's a decision made out of like non-clarity.
Right.
But through that non-clarity, it seemed like my best option, right?
Right.
Boom, we put out Might Delete Later 2 days before Dreamville Fest, and that song is last, right? We just throw it on there, boom, boom. The second it comes out, and I'm seeing the right away what I did.
Right.
Instantly, what I did was like, oh, you instantly divided off rip. You created a dividing line.
Right.
Where you forcing the world
to pick a side.
And to, if they fuck with you, they gotta slander him.
Right.
And they taking some of the shit you said, thinking it's survivable and thinking it's just some light shit, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
They taking what you said and they giving it gas and they giving it light. And then my thought becomes, oh, fuck. I done fucked up. I done misrepresented myself.
Right.
That
wasn't your intention.
That wasn't my intention.
Right.
My intention was some bullshit. Honestly,
right.
My intention was fraudulent to begin with. You pretending. It's like a nigga pull his gun out and like this is my analogy.
Yeah.
It's like oh shit, nigga pull his gun out and just shoot a nigga toe or something.
Right.
It's like I shot him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like my intention. You only did it because you was worried about how everybody looked around you. You know what I mean? So my intention was some bullshit.
Right.
So with your intention being some bullshit, then me seeing the result of like, oh my God, look what I'm giving life to, and then on top of that, oh God, do this nigga think? Do this nigga because this music shit is weird and this internet is weird.
Right.
You know, I love these niggas, I really do.
Yep.
But like, bro, I'm not with y'all like this.
Right.
I'm with y'all every day.
Right.
Y'all not with me every day.
Facts.
If enough headlines go around or enough chatter happens, you might start feeling like I really feel like that. And I mean, guess what? When we was locked in, nigga, I might talk to these niggas once a year.
Right.
Might be 2 years ago by where we just check in. It's no ill will. It's just like, yo, your life, my life.
Right.
So imagine in the space, I'm like, oh, damn, did this nigga really think that I feel like this about it? Like, oh, and even how I'm telling you, it was way heavier. It was like, oh, no.
You had niggas like Punch responding, saying so niggas was hating this whole time as well. But it's a lot going into this shit. Yeah. And it felt that way. It felt everything he's saying based on the energy that he gave the song. It felt that way. It felt that way. And he shouldn't have ever responded if he felt that way. But hindsight is 2020, and I understand why he did what he did. Hearing the explanation and the pressures that came with it, but he put him in a bad position. Kendrick put his ass in check. Then it was checkmate, like simply checkmate when it came to Cole. Simple checkmate.
Like sink in my chair, like nah.
Right.
But at the same time, you done did it already.
Right.
Like, I've already done it. I've already like jumped into it.
Right.
So now I'm like, fuck, I got Dreamville Fest coming up. Oh my God, like I gotta go on the stage. These niggas think I'm representing this. Boom,
Right.
boom.
Right.
So you know, I know I'm going further than your original question, but I feel like I might as well.
Let it,
yeah, all right, cool.
Because
So
people want to know this shit.
Word up.
Because I have more questions that I was going to ask you about it, but you're answering them anyway.
All right,
so
cool,
you know what I'm saying?
Cool. So fast forward. Now, if you would have seen me that weekend, even like my wife, she was.
And I agree with BTC Blizzy. I don't think I did not hear any diss towards Kendrick on First Person Shooter. I didn't even see the discourse online. Normally when it's some verses that could be took that as a diss, online will already go ahead and take that, or the media will take that shit and make a narrative from it. I didn't see that with First Person Shooter. I didn't see that. It was after the point when people were trying to figure out where it came from. Obviously, Kendrick found the angle to go in and hit him. Kendrick felt some type of way But I ain't take it as a diss. I took it as a challenge maybe, but I ain't take it as a diss. But it is what it is. We are here right now, so it don't even fucking matter. The point's all what they are.
Been there all weekend. You know what I mean? It's only if you know me that weekend even. Like my wife, she was peeping it all weekend. You know what I mean? It's only if you know me intimately would you see it, but it's like she could just see I was fucked up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I felt like I had made like a big mistake.
Right.
And the main mistake was like, damn, you really love this dude. Like you really have, I'm a fan,
right,
a friend. It's not just him, it's Drake too. It's like, yo, I really fuck with these niggas. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, oh shit. And then also it's a bit of pride because it's like, damn, they want to hit the nigga and be like, hey, bro, you think I was serious? Boom, boom.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm in my head. It's like, you know what I mean? So anyways, the show is I'm about 2 hours from going on stage or an hour from going on stage. And I'm like, damn, are you really about to walk on the stage? And everything about it feels untrue. You about to go on the stage and just represent this energy. And a thought comes to me. And I really feel like this was God because I could tell because of
Mookie, I agree with that. Drake dissed him on Evil Ways, Red Button. Drake was subbing this man and Cole got hit because he was in the car. I agree with that shit.
How it like lifted me, and how it took to me. And I really feel like this was God because I could tell because of how it like lifted me and how it took like the weight off me. It was like, oh, yo, you misrepresented yourself.
I hear that, K. I agree with that.
Right? On a big platform, on an album. You know what I mean? And
what's up, K, by the way?
And you said something that you didn't really believe in, you know what I mean? About somebody else, boom, boom, boom. You got the opportunity to go tell how you actually feel and speak the truth on a big stage, maybe a bigger stage at that point, because niggas is tuned in around the world, you know what I mean? It's a live stream. So I'm like, and that's when the apology came in my mind an hour before.
Right.
I told my wife, she the only one I told. I ain't tell my homeboys, thank God, because they probably would have, you know what I mean?
Still say, hell no, no.
Told my wife, she started crying, you know what I mean? Like, she seen one, how it was affecting me, and two, she just, I don't know, it was like a pride that she had, and she know how I feel about him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she talked to his wife. They got a little relationship. You know what I mean? So it's like she don't even know the rap world. She know the real version of me.
Okay, y'all was speculating about that, whether they have their own relationship too. Whitney and Cole's wife, I'm not gonna say her name, because people have been really disrespectful when it came to that. I'm not gonna say her name, post a picture, none of that.
You know what I mean? Like she talked to his wife. They got a little relationship. You know what I mean? So it's like she don't even know the rap world. She know the real version of me.
Right.
She started crying. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm excited to do this now.
Right.
I'm going out there with a different energy.
Right.
I'm going out there. I can't wait to get to that moment.
Right.
Because it's really me.
Right.
And I really get to represent myself. So I do what I do, right?
Absolutely.
As soon as I do what I do, me personally, weight is off me because I know I've made a wrong right.
Right.
I did wrong. Whether you feel it's wrong or not, it's wrong to me.
Right.
So I've made a wrong right. You know what I mean? Now, worst case, I know he know and I know the world know how I actually feel. Boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
The weight gets lifted off me. Simultaneously, the world like, nah, nigga. No, sir. No, buddy.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the world is fucking me up or fucking my name up. You know what I mean? Or whatever.
That's
you know
one
what
of the questions. Stay here for a minute because I want you to finish the story.
Okay.
How did you feel right then and there when niggas was like, yo, this nigga backing out the battle? Yo, come on, man. Like, come on, you fucking up light-skinned nigga. I see all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How did you feel at that moment when people got upset with you?
Thank you, Kay.
For saying that you're not going to go back and forth with him? How did you feel?
Well, firstly, you got to think it was that night. With that night, I had my own homeboys.
Right.
Like, I had people that was close to me. Some niggas like, yo, bro, I get it. I respect that. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Some niggas like, bro, fuck that. No, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So I already experienced that in real life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when they did it to me, when they hit me with that, and I appreciate them telling me the truth, you know, whoever did, but it's like, when they hit me with it, I'm chilling. I didn't give a fuck. Like, because I knew in my heart I did what was right for me.
And it means more coming from them than social or whatever.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go. However, what I will say is, like, to your point, when the world start giving me them hands,
right,
my reaction was I still felt like, nah, like I'm secure in my decision and what I did. But of course, over time, when niggas like, nah, this nigga's over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's over. the ego and the fear creeps in some. It wasn't dominant, but I did feel it there where it was like, oh shit, like did I fuck up? You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's not a dominant feeling because ultimately I always lean back on the fact that like, no, nigga, like I got a strong belief in God and I feel like we know how it feels when it's God,
right, and
we know how it feels when it's not.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know that like, yo, I'm moving off the feeling that I feel like aligns with that, with you know what I mean? And if as long as I did that and I made the decision from that place,
right,
then I got to remember that like, yo, okay,
right,
there's actually a bigger plan. There's a bigger purpose. Mm-hmm. So it's like I got homeboys, damn near everybody on my side want to crash out. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
And, yo, niggas talking
Jason
crazy
Gill,
on
what's happening?
It's the internet. But they like, yo, niggas talking crazy. I don't like this shit. And I had to really tell everybody like, yo, bro, don't say nothing. I appreciate you because you love me and you want to go out there and ride for me. Right. You know what I mean? You see niggas talking crazy. And it's the worst to them because it's like, nigga, I know you.
Right.
Especially the niggas that came to Revenge of the Dreamers, the studio. It was big vibing. They was mad at them niggas. Boss was pissed off. Cars was pissed off. Several folks was talking shit in response to about basically that shit. Like, you pulled up to the studio, was in our vlogs, got attention from us. How you talking crazy?
And you be begging niggas to get in shows, coming to the parties, boom, boom. Now all of a sudden you got some shit to say. They got real problems and they want to crash out on people. And I'm telling them like, no, like let me walk through this. Like, let me, whatever the world is got for me, whatever they got to say for me, let me take it. And let me remember or remember that that's not even me. Like, who I actually am on the inside, I'm damn sure not J. Cole. I'm damn near not even Jermaine on the inside. We all are connected to something higher. Right. So what's a name? It's an identity. What's a reputation? It's just a story that somebody tell about you. Right. So it's really just my ego that's afraid that like, oh, my reputation is gonna get fucked up. Oh, they're not gonna think this about me no more. Who gives a like? Let me remember or learn. Who gives a fuck what they actually think? Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's not even you that they talking about. And if it is, so fucking what? So I'm like, yo, don't say nothing. Let me walk through this. So I spent the next amount of time
what's happening?
Walking through it mentally. Like still feeling at peace with my decision, but now knowing I gotta work through the mental test that comes with the world fucking my name up or fucking me up. Right. And you know, and that led me to that's the blessing. Oh, I started this conversation by telling you, it's a long conversation, but
take your time, bro.
I started this conversation by telling you how much of a blessing that situation was for me.
Right.
Now let me tell you why. In the middle of the world fucking me up. Like, it's over for this nigga. Nah, I never look at this nigga the same. Nah, you don't do that, boom, boom, boom. Right. Yo, I always knew that nigga was such and such, boom, boom, boom. In the middle of the world doing that, I'm having these conversations with myself. I got to get off. At that time, it was like I had crept back on, I think around the time the Kendrick shit dropped or the Kendrick and Future shit, and then my shit. I'm back reading comments, what niggas are saying. I realized quickly, like, okay, I got to get the fuck off of that. Get off IG. Right. YouTube, my most used app. That's why I've been fucking with y'all for a minute, because it's like, yo, I was seeing that shit on IG and on YouTube.
Boom, boom, boom.
But on YouTube, every other post was my name. I was like, yo, I had to get off YouTube. So one, I had to separate myself from that, knowing the world is fucking me up.
Right.
And I hated that position, bro, especially as somebody that can be honest all the damn time. I had to be honest about being disappointed in what J. Cole did right there. That shit hurt me, bro. I was like, fuck, Cole, why you did this to me, bro? Like, you had to put me in this position about, you know, having to be honest about you making something that I didn't agree with, doing something I didn't agree with. Right now, I understand how things played out. Hindsight 2020, I understand why he didn't stay in the battle. He shouldn't have responded in the first place in that way. And also knowing that he had 2 songs with Kendrick. I don't know what type of songs they were. I'm hoping that they were lyrical spars. And if they were lyrical spars, you should just let that shit slide and let that shit be the test right there as far as who the better rapper. You have him on 2 songs, you feel me? But that's my thought. That's my thoughts on the situation. But he felt like he said that he could have released the fall off unless he responded.
I had to have this conversation with myself. And this was the conversation. All right. Right now,
I hear you, Q.
The world is shitting on your name.
Okay.
Whatever you think you've built, you know what I mean? The world got something to say about you, you know what I mean? And boom, boom. How you feel about that? I mean, shit. I mean, it don't feel great. You know what I mean? But like, you know, whatever I'm saying to myself. Then the question is like, can you control any of that? Can you control what anybody says or thinks about you? You know what I mean? Can you do that? Of course, the answer I'm telling myself is like, oh, no, I can't control that.
What's that, BTC?
Okay, man. Let me ask you another question. This is me talking to myself.
Talking to yourself.
Let me ask you another question. Why did you ever do this in the first place? Like, did you ever do this? Did you ever put a pen to the paper, make a beat, record a song because you wanted people that you didn't know to always have great things to say about you? Like, is that why you did this? Nah, that's not why I did this. Right. So why did you do this ever? Why did you ever do this in the first place?
Right.
Oh, I did this in the first place because I loved it. Like the second I start rapping, the first rhyme I wrote, the first beat I made, I fell in love with it. Like I sat in that same chair you see on the album cover. Mm-hmm. I wrote my first song there. I must have sat in that spot for 7 hours. I made the beat. I must have sat in that chair in my crib on my mom and my stepfather's stereo system. I must have sat for the first time for 7 hours. Imagine being 14, 15, sitting in a chair for 7 hours and you not watching TV or playing a game. You know what I mean? I'm writing a song.
Right.
Like, oh, I did that and those types of things because I loved it. Aha, you did it because you loved it. Let me ask you a question. Do you love it right now? Do you currently love it right now? I'm like, oh, yeah, I think I love it. Oh.
That's real.
Do you? Then I'm like, oh, shit. It's like, yo, listen to how you talking about your own album you about to put out.
Right.
Look how you've been talking about this shit.
Right.
Like, this how you want to go out? You don't listen to music no more. You don't play this shit no more. You know what I mean? I got kids now. Yeah. The shit that I came up on, you know what I mean? Right. I don't play that shit around my kids. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
I'm grateful that my parents didn't give a fuck what I listened to or what they played around me.
Right.
But I'm not gonna do that. So it's like I don't experience this shit on a regular basis no more. And like, yo, look how you talking about this album you were working on for 8 years. Ah, man, let's just get this shit the fuck out.
Right.
Let's just put this shit out, man, and be done with it. Right. And then my question was, that's how you want to go out? That's how you want to drop this album? That's how you want to drop your last album? If this is your last album, that's how you want to put it out?
Right.
Like, nah. Well, how do you want to, what you want to feel like? I don't want to feel like this. I can't write a fucking rap to save my life. Like, that's how you want to go out? And like, nah, I want to go out. When I put this shit out, I want to be in love with this shit. Like, I want to be feeling like I damn near could do three more albums. Like, I want to feel like excited and proud to put this shit out. I want to be over it.
Right.
Like, all right then. So what, can you control that? You can't control what people are saying.
Right.
But can you control how you feel about what it is that you do?
Right.
And so when I say it was the biggest blessing, it was because in that moment, I'm like, oh yeah, I can control that. I can control, it's like a relationship. Like when you're in a relationship, it's like, if I'm in a relationship with a woman and it's like, I can pretend like, man, we just grew apart. This shit ain't there no more. Really, you stop doing the things that breed love with this woman. You know what I mean? Y'all stop doing the things that breed love with each other and you just say you fell out of love. But really, you stop doing love. Like, love is like out of like spending time, listening to somebody. You know what I mean? Like it's an active thing. So from that day forward, when I had that conversation with myself, I'm like, oh, I get it. And I just immersed myself back in this shit that I love. And I started telling people that summer, I was like, damn, nigga, I feel like I'm 16 years old again. Like, I was madly in love with this shit, and then my pen got on fire. Like, from that day forward. And that's what started my next journey. And the reason why I say it was the biggest blessing is because, like, the way I feel now, putting that album out, versus how I would have felt 2 years ago, even with the album in the form that it was, night and day. Like, nigga, I ride around playing this shit.
Right. Still
to the, like, yesterday I had to drive an hour to Fayetteville. Yeah. Nigga, I'm playing this shit the whole way. I'm rapping my shit. I'm a fan of this shit.
Right.
And that's a blessing because 2 years ago, it was, man, let's get this shit out of here. So I know.
This is got to be the day after he did an interview with Nadeska. But we need some questions about the actual album, man. We need questions about the music, the songs that he wrote. Because I want to hear, like, what was his mind state when he wrote The Villist?
I know that's long-winded, but...
Nah, I get it.
I mean?
Trust me, because just as a writer, you go through writer's block, especially when you're as good as you are. It's hard to compete with your last great project. You get what I'm saying? And everything you explain makes a lot of sense. Like, You got to be true to you before you make somebody else happy. And if you're not happy what you're doing and you made a bunch of money already, what the fuck are we really doing it for?
Right.
Like for me, I come to work, I get to watch sports where I watch sports all day anyway, and get to sit here with my childhood friend that we didn't speak to each other for 15 years, and we fucking watch sports and laugh at niggas.
Wow.
You get what I'm like what the like you can't even beat that shit. Fact. You know what I'm saying? If I had to do it, I wouldn't want to do it, man.
That's real, bro.
Nah, and I got everything you said. Do you think that I only got a couple more questions for you, and I'm gonna let my assistant Taylor ask you some questions. Okay. Do you think that the Drake and Kendrick thing got totally out of hand? Do you think it spiraled out of control? How do you feel? Because I know both of these.
It's weird for me because I damn near feel like the only person in the world. And of course, I don't know if this is true or not, but when I really analyze the situation, I'm like, damn, I feel like the only person in the world. It's almost like it's a much more mild example, but it's the only way I could think about it. I'm like, I think of Dell Curry. Like, imagine Seth Curry was the star basketball player for whoever the team he was on, the Hornets.
Right.
And then Steph was the star player for the Warriors, and they met in the finals.
Right.
And then Dale has to watch, he has to watch this battle. And somebody got to come out a quote unquote loser. Somebody got to come out a winner. It's like, I'm the world right away. The world became like politics. You either Democrat or Republican. You either Kendrick or you Drake, and you got to pick a side. Boom, boom. And I felt like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways, damn near. You know what I mean? So when you say did it get out of hand, it's like creatively, that's not my place to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's definitely not my place to say. I'm a nigga that apologized. So it's not my place to come in and say like, oh, such and such shouldn't have said boom, 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 boom. Like, that's not my place. But I think the out of hand that I think is like world reaction. Specifically, like, it's, to me, it's like disgusting how people try to use that opportunity to like either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time, or just like pile on
that's a fact.
and tear this dude down and like create a narrative as if he's not great or as if he's not fucking amazing or stellar. It's like, yo, if you want to keep it, if you really want to keep it hip hop and boom boom, nigga, judge it on the merits of the battle.
Right.
Don't discredit. You know what I mean? And I feel like it was a whole campaign, and probably still is to this day.
Right.
Of like belittling and tearing down what this dude built as if it was some shit we have never seen.
You
know what I mean? So on one hand, it's like, yo, I feel weird, and they're gonna make headlines out of this. You know what I mean? And like and you know, and then the internet and the people that feed into the fucking algorithms and get money off of clicks or just like pray to get attention off shit they say, they're gonna take this and run with it. But it's really the truth. It's like I root for both of these niggas.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's weird because to see a moment that Kendrick had, it's like I'm like, oh my God. Quietly, I'm like, it's weird to say, because if I'm Drake and I hear this, I'm gonna feel away, but I'm gonna come back and tell the other truth later, which is like when I see Kendrick get the moment he had, the pop out, the stadium, the Super Bowl,
the Grammys.
I'm like, I'm just as proud of this nigga as I was when I knew him back then. You know what I mean? Of like, oh nigga, like, wow,
right?
Like, and I know it's deserved, and he handles it so well. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, when I say that, I'm like, but I also hate that for Drake. Right. Because the word, like, you see the shit with the at the Grammys when the dude hosted, had some shit to say to Kendrick about the light. Oh yeah, the last time you did something to a light skin. I hate that. I'm like, bro, I hate that for him, and I hate how the world turns on him. And simultaneously, I'm over here like, man, I hope Iceman go crazy. Right. Like, I hope this nigga's in his bag, and I hope he boom, 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 boom. Simultaneously, I feel that way about both niggas. So I did get conflicted at times in the battle because I'm like, But creatively, that's not my place.
Right.
But as a critic of like culture, which that word is fucking weird because it's like, nigga, this shit is algorithm based, nigga. This shit is paid campaigns on niggas, positive or negative. But my criticism on the culture is like, ew, like, I hate what y'all try to do to this man. Right. You know what I mean? and I hope y'all fail. You know what I mean? And I'm glad to see y'all fail. So it's like I hate to speak on it because it's like I know they're gonna take it a certain way, but that's genuinely my truth. You know what I mean? Like that's genuinely my truth.
Right. You just told us how you feel about them being arson. I don't know Kendrick, a big fan of his music, but Drake's my man, so I totally feel exactly how you feel. What you just said, and it was a good moment for Kendrick, like you said.
And Kendrick don't need no defending. Kendrick was the winner. You feel me? Kendrick don't need no defender. You feel me? He do his thing, then his fan base take care of everything on their own. So I'm pretty sure that's why Cole ain't go in on those aspects. But yeah, the Drake fans, they was doing some nasty shit. There was some nasty shit in the Stand Wars. They was doing more damage than Drake did when it comes to the Stand Wars post-battle. But Kendrick don't need no defending. He handled his.
And I like his music too. I'm a fan. But as Drake being my friend, it was fucked up.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. So, and so if I put myself in Drake's shoes, even to hear me say, like, I'm happy for Kendrick in a sense. Right. I would, if I'm him, I'm gonna feel like, damn, nigga. Right. But I love this nigga too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't like that he's doing it with a whole crowd like shitting on you. I don't like that. You know what I mean? But shit, that's not my place to necessarily judge. And if that's how he felt, he had to go with it. You also engaged at the same time. You know what I mean? Like so.
G shit, you know, Drake engaged in the battle. Saying Kendrick runs K campaigns. He didn't say that shit, bro. Like, y'all gotta understand. Media members, they become an active participant in the beef battle, whatever it may be, because now it's time for them to get their own money. It's time for them to get their own bread from this shit. So you may have some labels or other people running campaigns and shit, but niggas gonna pile on just because AdSense naturally gonna pay you for the click. It's naturally gonna pay you for the click, so you're gonna go ahead and continue going where the clicks are. And if the fans are riled up, the fans want to see more bashing of Drake, more things like that, niggas gonna post that shit. I almost got caught up into that shit just to go ahead and shit on Drake fans, because Drake stans was annoying the fuck out of me. I hate Drake stans. I hate them motherfuckers. So getting caught up into wanting to shit on them niggas, I would say fuck that. Run this story. Run it. I was covering certain shit just because of that. Ain't nobody had to pay me a dime but Google, nigga. I ain't had to get paid from nobody but Google. So I think that's where it comes from. But as far as campaigns, I think that comes from both sides. He's not singling out Kendrick. Both sides, as far as people that may want to see people win, we may run campaigns.
But I absolutely hate and have always hated how they try to like do that to him. And I genuinely pray. It's like, nigga, I'm a fan waiting. Like, I be telling Eve, like, man, I hope this Iceman shit go crazy, and I hope he kills that shit.
That's so, personally, where you at with them friendship wise today?
I'm in the same place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, I genuinely love these niggas, but I'm not gonna act like we've been communicating and talking. You know what I mean? I've had conversations with them like post everything, you know what I mean? But it's not like it's a lot. But that's just, you know, that's me not knowing where they at.
Right.
Me maybe assuming because I done heard X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with like how I actually feel. I genuinely love these niggas. Like I be wanting to shoot off a text. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna lie, but even saying that on a mic is kind of lame to me. But it's just it is my truth. You know what I mean?
It is what it is. Absolutely. Look, my assistant Taylor, she loves you. She was actually on vacation. Where was you at, Taylor?
I was in St. Lucia.
She was in St. Lucia. She cut her vacation short to come back to see you. And I said, you know what? She knows more about you probably than any of your fans. So I told her she could ask you a few questions.
Okay.
And she made it back from St. Lucia. I don't know what hurricane she flew through or how she got here, but she said her last 24 hours was hell.
Which one?
Getting here just to meet you, because she's been to Dreamville. She's flew to North Carolina to see your concerts.
I appreciate
so on and so forth. So Taylor, a few questions. Knock them out from coming from one of your number one fans.
Listen, before we get into the questions, first off, thank you. 2014 Forest Hills Drives really means like a lot to me for a multitude of reasons, and I'm sure you get that all the time. But also thank you to you for allowing this opportunity. Yeah, definitely last 24 hours. If I didn't get off that island 24 hours ago, I would have been stuck there till Friday. So.
And you came just so you could be here for this? You cut it short?
Listen, I made mountains move just
I
for
really
this.
appreciate that.
I really appreciate you too. But great interview so far.
Cool.
And I just want to kind of go back on some of the things that you spoke on, especially with writing. Okay. I know in 2021, when you left Roc Nation, you acquired your master's. Mm-hmm. How has your writing process been? Maybe it changed for you since having full ownership?
The ownership has nothing to do with it. And I also want to say on your platform, because I think I said it on the podcast we did, but you know, people, that's a very small audience of people that just fuck with me. So, but how I even got my master's back in the first place is because Jay and Roc Nation agreed to switch my record deal over to a distribution deal, you know what I mean? Which gave me a much larger chunk of ownership than I had previously.
Shout out to Jay for that.
I just did want to say that because people just think like I just got my master back, but really it's like, now I got him back a little early because, you know, one, I had leverage, but also Roc Nation did the right thing and like overly blessed me by switching that to a distribution deal. And I never said that publicly, I don't think. So I did, while you asked that question, I did just want to mention that. But the ownership of my music never changed my writing process. I honestly don't even think about that side of it. But how has my writing process changed? I've experimented with multiple. It used to be one way. When I was at that beat machine on the cover of the album, I just sit down in a spot, stay there for 2 hours, 3 hours, and just lock in and focus. And like that was my process. But as I gotten older, I've experimented. Like there's songs I got where it's like I'm doing like how Future and Uzi and them do, where it's like I'm doing a line at a time. You know what I mean? There's songs that I got where I try that. It's not my bread and butter, but I have experimented with it. And there's times where, you know, I might just write a verse one day and it's like, oh, I know what this song is. Let me put it away, come back to it, write the next verse. But the thing that I learned after I said I fell back in love with this shit and that's what got me to the finish line on the album, the thing that I relearned about myself is like, oh, wait. I'm a solitude nigga. I write my best in solitude. Like, not just like, oh, I'm in a room by myself. Like, no, like, I would start flying up. You know, I'm a full-time dad, really. Like, my studio's in the crib, my gym is in the crib. So it's like, I'm always around my kids, even when they're at school, they homeschool. So it's like, I'm always around the kids.
Damn,
what I learned is, if I go to a hotel room where I could just be in a hotel room all day, write all day, listen to music all day, make a beat all day, fall asleep while working on the beat, wake up, open the laptop and press play on the beat again. If I get 2-3 days of solitude, let alone if I get 5, that's when I'm like super tapped in. And it's like, when I could just, because, and I thought about it, I'm like, oh yeah, cause nigga, that's what you was used to. I'm in the college in my apartment, just in my room, dolo, like writing. But now with kids, I had to remind myself like, oh wait, I write good at the house. I don't write some crazy shit at the house while they write upstairs or whatever. Sometimes I don't wrote some fire shit while they write in the living room and they write in the kitchen, I'm in the living room. But my best, where if I know I need to knock some shit out and I go get 2 days alone, 3 days alone, where I could just damn near feel like a teenager again or a 20-year-old again, I get so productive. And that's when my pen can really like light on fire. So I don't know if that's a change, but I just rediscovered how important that is for me if I really want to like lock in.
It's Aquarius shit right there. You gotta be dolo sometime, man.
Word up. When your birthday?
February 4th, man. Yes, yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I be out here a lot by myself because I think better by myself. That's just me too. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm chiming in on the same shit. I gotta be by myself to be creative a lot of times.
Facts.
Yeah, that kind of falls into my next question because I know you did a 7-part series for the release of your new album where you went to different cities in North Carolina and New York, as far as Arizona, in the Honda Civic. Mm-hmm. Being that you are considered the big 3, what keeps you hungry? Is there something specific to keep that same hunger that you had when you were originally going to college campuses and selling, you know, your CDs?
That's a great question, too.
Great question.
What kept me hungry to get to this finish line was the whole concept of the fall off was born after Forest Hills Drive, the album you was talking about. Mm-hmm. When I got off that tour, for the first time, like, you know, I was chasing this shit. I told you, I'm waiting outside for Jay-Z. Like, my whole life was about getting to where I wanted to be and some occasional partying. You know what I mean? But, like, my whole life was getting to where I wanted to be. And so after that album, that tour was the biggest thing I had ever done. The album was the biggest thing I ever done. The singles was going crazy. And I didn't even make it to have singles, but the songs was going crazy. And so after that tour, I, for the first time, was like,
nigga, what the fuck? You didn't make the album to have singles. And you came away with a diamond single from that shit? Damn.
Sat on the couch, me and my wife, I had just got married.
Damn.
We watched like I sat on the couch, me and my wife, I had just got married. We watched television for the first time. My nigga, I hadn't watched TV 10 years maybe, because I was just trying to get it. I sat down, I watched Power. I watched fucking How to Get Away with Murder. I watched Narcos at the time.
Narcos, that shit.
Show called All Mom Out, Caribbean Life. I sat on the couch every day, made beats and watched TV. And I felt, for the first time in a long time, I felt comfort. I had not felt comfort in a minute. And with that comfort, that shit made me start like self-reflecting. Mind you, I was meditating every day back then. So when you meditate consistently, you very in tune with your emotions and your thoughts. So this comfort was making me think to myself like, yo, you kind of comfortable. And I had already been thinking about retiring for some reason. At like after Born Sinner, I was like, I'll do one more album and then maybe retire.
Damn.
So I was like, yo, you did what you, after Forest Hill Drive, after that tour, I'm like, yo, you kind of did what you set out to do. Like, my nigga, you made it to the mountaintop. Like, you know you could chill, right? Like, you don't gotta keep going. You could retire right now, like you were saying.
Green ass nigga, the fuck you mean retire? The fuck you mean? Hey, what's up with these niggas, bro? Like, nah, bro, you can't just drop 5 music and then just leave. The fuck?
Do you want to do that? And I was like, yo, that kind of sound good because I'm liking this. But I had an honest conversation with myself, and I'm like, yo, are you ready yet? And the thought was like, nah, not yet. All right, why ain't you ready yet? Because when I go out, I want to go out with every ability maxed out. I damn near look at it like 2K. You know, when you're creating a player in 2K and you got certain shit that you could put up, like speed, stamina, boom,
fast
boom.
divine.
I feel like when I was younger, I had my bars and my flows and my ferociousness as a battle rapper, because that's how I came up, like a damn near like a cannabis type battle rapper. Like all my shit was maxed out. Then when I got storytelling, my storytelling got maxed out. The only thing that hadn't maxed out yet was what Forest Hill Drive has, which is like the best songwriting, hooks, bridge, storytelling, wisdom, boom, boom. Like I was tapped all the way in on that album. But a couple of my sliders on that album, I feel like went down. Like my
lyricism,
bars, like the Yachty joint I got,
right?
Like that I'm.
That's the only reason why I rank Born Center higher than Forest Hills Drive, because he did not bar motherfuckers to death. Me personally, I rank pure lyricism high. Rapping, I rate that high on my list. Very, very high on my list as far as how great albums or rappers. And that's why J. Cole is to the top of my list.
Yeah,
mentioning y'all on.
That's
the rapper that I truly am in my heart from the beginning. I couldn't have wrote that verse when I was having this conversation with myself. And I was like, yo, when I go out, I want to go out on all my abilities maxed. I want to be max storytelling, max bars, max motherfucking wisdom, max songwriting, max hooks. So the thought was, all right, I'll do one more. There's an album for this feeling. I was like, there's an album for this. Like, when most niggas is supposed to decline and their abilities and their skills is supposed to decline because they getting comfortable and sitting on the couch and drinking wine and life get better, I'm like, yo, can I do the opposite? Can I go the other way and get better than I was? So because, to answer your question about what kept my hunger, is because I imagined a day when I'm not doing this no more.
And I'm thinking, as I'm thinking about this, that's why The Villas is the best song on the Fall Off. Damn, I just said that. It's one of the best songs on the Fall Off. Best, definitely top 5, because it samples Elevators. And Elevators is a Outkast song where Andre 3000 talks about falling off. Okay? So that's very pivotal when it comes to him choosing that sample. Choosing that sample in the shit. And then when you hear what he's talking about on The Villas, I really want him to break down that fucking song. Just to hear him talk about that shit.
And I was like, yo, if that date comes, what would you regret? And so the past 10 years has been me trying to like make sure that it ain't no regret. You know what I mean? Like, make sure there's no regret that I left on the table. So that's what kept me hungry. I'm like, yo, you said this is what you want to do. I didn't know it would take 10 years. I thought that shit was going to be 3 years tops. But it took 10 years. And it's like, that kept me hungry of like, yo, don't be 50, 60 looking back like, you ain't scrape it all off the table, skill-wise and ability-wise.
Right. So would you say that you're comfortable now that the album's dropped?
Yes.
Are you seriously considering retirement?
Yes, some days. You know what I mean? And some days I'm like, yo, I got an idea. You know what I mean? But I didn't make that. I made the album so that let me clear it up too, so there's like no confusion. I made this album so that if it was my last, I'm cool. And I am. I'm cool. If that's my last album, I'm cool. You know what I mean? If I get inspired in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years to do another album, I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight the feeling.
Right.
But this album is what I intended it to be, which is like, yo, I did what I said. Now it just so happens because of what happened 2 years ago, I'm very inspired right now because I fell back in love with this shit. So I got ideas for beats, for production. I got ideas for verses, for songs. Like maybe I do a project. Maybe I don't get inspired enough to do a project. Maybe I never drop another album again. And if I don't, guess what? I don't give a fuck because I did this. Right. You know what I mean? I don't know if that clears it up, but it's like.
Basically, what she's saying is don't retire, nigga. That's what it's boiled down to. Like, yo.
Well, I'm just clearing it up for the fan base because it's like you've given us mixtapes, features, albums. We don't want it to end, right?
Yo, homie, appreciate you so much, man. I'm sorry for saying the name the wrong way. Y'all so in the middle, saying, but I discovered you lately. Your hip hop knowledge is so insane, and the reason why I like to watch your stuff, keep it going. Greetings from Germany. What's happening, homie? And I appreciate you fucking with the platform, and you watching on Twitch too. So if y'all don't want to get no damn ass, check out Twitch, dog. YouTube, Twitch is always running simultaneously. Oh shit! What the fuck am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
In the Honda Civic, being that you are considered.
Where if I know I need to knock some shit out, and I go get 2 days alone, 3 days on this line, was the whole concept of the fall off. In a long time, I felt comfort. And got maxed out, skill wise and ability wise.
From the environment, the community, like visual.
Right, here we go.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that clears it up, but it's like.
Cool. Like, yo.
Well, I'm just clearing it up for the fan base because it's like you've given us mixtapes, features, albums. We don't want it to end. Right?
No.
And also, when you dropped this and you did the 7-part series, you showed us a lot more like visuals than normal, and that got us even more excited. And I'm speaking like the whole fan base,
I
but
appreciate
just from the environment, the community that I'm in, like. We want to see more of you, even on the creative side of the visuals, even outside of music as well. We just don't want you to be retired, go recluse, and then we never hear about J. Cole ever again, you know?
If you retire, would you still tour?
Good question.
I actually do have a vision of like, if I never put another album out, I would want to tour 2 albums.
Okay.
Forest Hills Drive and The Fall Off. So it's like every few years, it's a artist, it's a group, Pink Floyd, a band from back in the days, and I think the dude, one of the singers, like Roger Plant or some shit, or whatever his name is, forgive me if I fucked it up, but like he was a part of Pink Floyd, but he has this album that like meant a lot to him that they did. I guess he did most of the writing, and it's called The Wall. And every 3 to 5 years, he goes out and he tours this album. I mean, he just turned 80 or some shit or something crazy. But like for the past 30 years, he's been going and touring this album. Right. And that's how I see myself. If I don't put out another album, those 2 albums mean so much to me, Forest Hill Drive and The Fall Off, that it's like I see myself going out and bare minimum performing those albums, you know what I mean? At whatever level people will have me. Like if people want to see that shit in a stadium, I'll do that. If they want to see it at a House of Blues, I'll do a House of Blues. You know what I mean? If they want to do that, see that shit in a 300-person room, I'll do that.
Gotcha. Got one more for him?
Yeah, I got one more. This one's a little off topic related to the other questions, but if you had to pick one Dreamville artist to be your designated driver for a night, who are you trusting the least with the keys?
Who am I trusting the least with the keys?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Ari Lennox drunk ass. That's my girl.
Least with the
Even
keys?
though she's not Dreamville no more.
This is a good ass question, but I thought she was going to ask me who would I trust the most. Meaning like who, this is not about like who be getting fucked up. This is just about like who can drive the best.
Be getting fucked up.
This
Ari.
is just like
Ari be getting fucked up.
you just don't want to worry about anything.
Not no more though. She's sober now.
Earth Gang. Johnny Venus.
Johnny Venus?
Bruh. Oh, the least. Oh, you said the least.
The least.
Oh, no. That he would be the most actually, because he's motherfucking.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, my fault. I misunderstood the question. The least. I don't know. Honestly, it's nobody that like I wouldn't trust with the keys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never seen Ari drive.
I knew you were gonna
You know what I mean?
I knew you were gonna say Ari,
We
man.
have to ask her how she drives. But I feel like I might remember some
I knew
stories
you
from
were
back
gonna
in the
say
day in
Ari.
Raleigh, but I could be wrong. I remember when she had the Kia Soul or whatever, but I don't know. That's a hard question because I would trust them. I would trust them all as long as they wasn't drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You drive me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Ari.
Anyone from your camp?
I'm
Ari.
letting you wrap it up, man. Matching the Dreamville jacket with the Air. You fly today, man.
Listen.
Oh, I ain't even peeped the Air Max with the
Yes,
purple and the
yes,
Hornets.
had
Yeah.
to.
Oh, I'm happy you came through,
Man,
bro.
thank you, dog. Me too.
That was cool. I fuck with that, bro. At some point, it
You got J.
did.
Cole, man, and get back here, man.
Fleet.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Another week, Talk with Fleet Cole. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Taylor, good job, man.
Great job.
We might
Thank
need
you.
to step up your job here, man.
Listen, I'm always behind the camera,
That
and
was
of
cool.
course, my luck. On the way back, I'm like, I get the text from Cam, just be ready. I said, oh.
She's never in front of the camera. This is her first time in front of the camera ever.
Oh, you got cameras facing
Yeah.
that way too?
No, she doesn't do the show. She
Yeah,
just
no.
did this for you.
Wow.
I'm always
That's
behind.
She's
so,
just behind the camera, man.
Yeah,
So-
special moment.
Yeah,
Man,
appreciate
this shit was ill, Cam.
That's so much
Thank
she
you,
like,
bro.
nah,
I'm
appreciate
so glad we did this, bro.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, bro.
Hell yeah.
Hey, man. I like the interview, dog. It did get to a point that sounded just like and you could tell that he had ideas as far as what he wanted to say whenever he got on camera. So some things that he said to Nadeska, he said to him, but we did get a lot more ideas as far as what led to his response with 7 Minute Drill and how he felt after like that. I like those. I like what he had to say. I think it gives you context. Now, people are going to debate the sincerity of what he's saying. That's for folks to have a conversation about. And people could hurt their brains trying to nitpick that shit. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If you're a Cole fan, don't even engage, man. It is what it is. People are going to nitpick him. I think if you don't like what he did initially, you're going to not like his reasoning for doing what he did. Sometimes people could make sense of it, but I think the shit alone was embarrassing enough to just say, okay, whatever else past that point, it can't get no worse than the initial impact. You wanna, it's like, you know, a motherfucker crash their car, fuck some shit up, something happened that's catastrophic, and then people wanna figure out, okay, why the shit happened? Why the catastrophic thing happened? The catastrophic shit happened. It happened. And that alone is the big issue, that the catastrophic shit happened. You want the reasoning behind it, it's only thing that she gonna do is make you mad all over again. But if you was mad, you was mad. Now what? Now what? A lot of people moving past this point are going to say they withdraw their support for J. Cole. I call cap in the sense of maybe you didn't care that much for him anyway, but all I would say is the numbers don't make much of a difference in the support that he's receiving. I seen someone say something like, oh, he's not charting the same based on previous projects, but I beg to differ. For one, this album didn't try to have like Billboard success for singles. It was an amazing album, in my opinion, when it came to just the concept. I love the concept. I love the B-sides. I listen to it every single day. I draw inspiration from a lot of the songs, and it also it centers me. You know, a lot of music that centers me as far as helping me find my zero, my ground, my base as I go ahead and attack my day and attack my mission. I love those type of music I can live to. And I'm living to this project, and there's one project that I'm living to more than many others. So I love what I got music wise. And based on the tour numbers and all these things, I think J. Cole is in a very comfortable spot. Right now, I don't see what he can gain from any positive PR that he hasn't already succeeded. He's already succeeded. He's done well sales wise. I think that's why him doing this at this point in time, this interview run is still part of the rollout. But I would say this, like, I'm glad that it's not the exactly when the album dropped, because you can't go ahead and say, are we saying these things to sell records? Nah, everything he's still saying embarrassing shit that's gonna make him look bad. But if you fuck with Cole, it's not embarrassing. It's real. You understand his personality, and then you just grew to understand that these things come along with this person, this individual that choosing to share his art with his fans, or the makeup of the minds, the mental mind state that led to the art that he created. So you know these things, and all art just continuously trying to wrap this idea. I'll say all that to say is he has enough support to continue to be himself and not go anywhere else, veer anywhere else beyond that shit, and still be one of the top rappers in the game. So no matter what, the nigga's still surviving and thriving. I'm about to release a video, man. I was supposed to get on live at 4:30, but I was trying to finish up my edit for the Jay-Z video and J. Cole's interview, how they kind of like were similar in their ideas, but Joey Badass had a lot to say. So I had finished up that edit. I'm about to post that probably in the next 20 minutes or so. I gotta do SEO in the thumbnail, and I had that video up. I would stay on live, but I told y'all earlier I'm sick as fuck and I've been thugging this shit out. So let me go. I need to get some fluids, get some food. Let me see. Should I? If there's any other topics for me to pop into, Queen Revolution, how you doing? BTC Blizzy say good interview. Man, Queen Revolution always holding it down. But let me see. Is there any other topics that I may want to cover before I hop off live? Because there is some things that I want to talk about. But I got some energy, and my channel, my bread is buttered by regular uploads, not just live stream shit. So if I got some energy before I get sick again, or y'all know when you sick, you have a little burst of energy, but you get tired real fast. So I might have to go ahead, and while I got this energy, go ahead and just run through some more videos, and then go ahead and get my rest for tomorrow. Cause I haven't hit the gym this week, and I need my gains, bro. I need to get right. So hopefully tomorrow I feel better. But I think we're gonna wrap this shit up right now. I think we'll wrap this shit up right here, man. But I appreciate y'all hanging with me, man. More uploads coming soon. I'm gonna get this Joey Badass topic out in ASAP. By the way, I disagree with the Joey Badass as far as the examples they use, but I agree with him in a lot of things. A lot of things he said. All right. And as far as the Jay-Z shit, I think motherfuckers want to cop please, or they want to go ahead and reframe the narrative just because of Jay-Z. Although some people are criticizing him, but it is what it is. We can talk about it. 20 minutes. I had that shit about 7 o'clock. I'm sick as fuck, man. My bad, y'all. But I appreciate y'all vibing. I'm out, though, bro. Appreciate you, BTC Blizzy. Appreciate you, Devon. I will get well soon. I will, for sure. Appreciate that. HQQ, appreciate you. Ramaya, appreciate you. Everybody on Twitch, I appreciate y'all so much. I'm going to make sure I go live much more often so we can vibe and have conversations.